can't believe you went behind my back to try to take my job.
Maybe if she was
What if
right.
she's
I'm like,
ready? I
I've
was
been
like,
dying to say this.
Give me the mic.
She was holding my baby and I didn't feel right about it.
God.
And they ended up doing everything that you can think of. And she was very Yes.
Oh my God. We said it here at the Real Women Show. Welcome to the Real Women Show. Today we are diving into the murky waters of fake friends.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
From little signs to giant red flags, we'll be sharing our personal experiences and equipping you with the tools we've learned to detect and navigate fake friends in our own life. Get ready to uncover the truth and cultivate authentic connections that lift you up right here on the Real Women Show. With my friends, Azari, Shia, Aileen, Stephanie, and Dani. How are you girls?
Good.
Great.
I love it. Have you ever been betrayed by a friend?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
She's ready.
Yeah, she's ready.
I'm like, I've been dying to say this.
Give me the mic.
You need a tea.
So this wasn't a close friend whatsoever.
Okay.
But this friend came into my life very fast. And forced herself into my home,
my
into
God.
my family.
Oh.
Every
Forced?
weekend was in my house when I'm like, why? Like, I didn't invite you. And I'm like,
That was a sucker.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And I would see this person and she would look at me with such evil intentions.
What?
She was holding my baby and I didn't feel right about
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
And when you have a child, you get very overprotective, especially
Yeah,
of your
I
home.
understand that.
Well, this person was, because she was forcing so much, I started becoming a little weirded out about it. Well, maybe not a little, maybe a lot. This person on purpose did it to get, I was married at the time. So
boy.
was just getting closer just to get closer to my partner.
What?
And they ended up doing everything that you can think of. And she was very quiet.
Oh my God.
Yes. And later, I found out because I went through the phone.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, now it all makes sense. It wasn't for me. It had nothing to do with me.
But you felt also that she was looking at you like,
I felt it. I'm like, this is bad.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
It was bad. And now to this day, I am
No
the worst
way.
person in the world. I am the
Of
worst
course.
mother in the world.
Oh.
What?
I ruined her life. And it's a competition. Like if I buy a Tesla, she gets a Tesla.
No
Oh,
way.
If I buy Converse
There are
shoes,
people like
she
that.
gets Converse shoes.
Oh,
And I'm
she's
like,
obsessed.
obsessed.
It's like a stalker. almost.
With you?
Absolutely.
Or with your
Why?
partner?
With me. The obsession is with me, and it's because she did so much wrong to me
Yeah.
that now it's like, what is she doing?
oh my God, Aileen,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
What?
Yes.
It's out. We said it here at the Real Women Show.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
And how
But
do you
you know
handle
what,
that? How do you handle that afterwards? Like,
At first, I didn't have the tools. I didn't have friends because I had separated myself from some friends that just weren't doing what I wanted to do. So I felt very alone. So for a period, I didn't know how to handle it. But then after, I was like, okay, I got to go do something. And the only way I could think that I could combat this attack and also benefit me was just become better, get better myself. And I went head deep, like just I dove in to becoming better. And now her attacks bounce off. It's like I just filled myself with butter and it just slides off because I know who I am and I know what position I'm in. And people like that were not my friends.
Yeah.
wow.
So that was
love
the best tool that I could do.
Yeah,
Wow.
do better yourself.
That's
I
amazing,
have
yeah.
one. You reminded me of one. It was so deep back because it was like whatever.
Yeah.
But oh my God, like I just remember this one. I had just moved to Miami, and there was this person that it's also like very similar. Where it's like they're fascinated with you and they want to be next to you.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, and they want to be next to you. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, it's like it was. She was in the circle that I was in at that moment, and we became friends. So I thought, right? I thought that we were friends, everything was fine. One day she's like, I was looking for work. I was looking for work because I was new to the city. I didn't have any friends. I consider her one of my friends. And I think this was a little bit also of like a third person that maybe delivered the message in the wrong way. Anyway, you work at a place, and I ask you, I'm like, hey, are they hiring? Because I want a job. And you tell me, yes, they're always hiring. Okay, good. I call the place. I apply for the job, right, of your company that you work with. And that's it. And then I say, oh, by the way, Azari told me that she works with you, so you're my friend. I'm kind of saying, hey,
Yeah, there's
well, you
Some
call me the next
recommendation,
day, and you go, I can't believe you went behind my back to try to take my job.
What?
What? What?
What?
Like that. Called me.
That's crazy.
I cannot believe
What type
that
of
you would try to
movie?
get that you went behind my back, use my name, and you tried to steal my job. I was like, excuse me? And oh my gosh, she was like mad, so mad, transformed into something that I didn't know could transform. So anyway,
What happened after that?
she stopped talking to me fully, like no more talking to you. I was dead. But then months go by, and 3 people had told me the same thing, that she was going around and talking bad about me, my business, my products, like and she tried to take my job, and she's a liar, and Lucia this and Lucia that, like saying full on lies about
Maybe
me.
if she was
What did
right.
she do?
And maybe she was
She felt threatened. She had
Tell
to
us
feel
the truth.
threatened by you.
yeah. And then, no, I'll tell you why she
I'm
wasn't
joking.
right, because I confronted her.
Yeah.
I confronted her one time. We were at an event at a conference, and she was sitting there with the friend that had told me what she had said about me.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, she can't deny it because the girl is right there. I literally come, like, she's sitting here, and I come here, and I'm like, hi. The most fake reaction. Hi, how
Oh,
are you?
the
Those type of
worst.
people.
Yeah, this is when it's like,
God,
wow.
terrible.
And I'm like, hi, hey, I've so and so and so said this very similar things to me.
Oh, you dropped names.
Oh yeah, and one of the
Nice.
names was sitting right next to her. So she's looking at me like,
Oh my God.
oh my god.
Let's go.
So and she was like, oh, you're not even on my radar.
Oh my God! What a
And I was like, okay, good. So please do not speak my name
Yeah.
ever again.
Yeah.
Just don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, she was livid. She was so pissed. She left that event early. And I felt like, sometimes you have to be in charge and at cause, because these people are actively trying to suppress you. And I know she was
Yes.
spreading these lies to other people that knew that, because I was a new girl in town. She was already around for a long time. So if she said something bad about me, people were going to believe her. So there were some people
Right.
that really stopped talking to me, stopped buying products from me.
Wow.
Someone that I admire so much was also kind of like, keeping me from afar. And it affected me for such a long time, because I felt like I couldn't do something, because I thought that she was like, because of her position in our circle of friends. But then I was like, dude, no, you're not going to step all over me. I know who I am. I know that when I was your friend, I was doing it from love. And the fact that you believed whoever came and told you that she wanted to take your job,
right.
Yeah.
it was a whole crazy experience. But I needed to defend myself. And
You said 2 very powerful things. The first one, you went and you confronted
I
her
had
with
to.
facts. And then the second one, that you know who you are. You really know who you are. There's no doubt how ethical, what are you doing, what did you do? And then it makes it easier for you to confront the situation and just like move forward.
Totally.
Because-
And the worst thing that can happen is that she speaks bad about you, which she's already doing it.
she's already doing it
So
anyway.
It's better to
That's
confront
crazy
it.
that I
and you
remember
defend
when you
yourself.
said that story.
Yeah.
It was so far behind it, but that's my story
Wow.
on fake friends.
It's so crazy how they create like a movie in their heads.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Why
Honestly,
am
And you're
I
the
character
protagonist.
there?
I
Yeah.
just
Why am I even
remember
there?
something
Yeah.
that I completely forgot about.
Okay.
Now that
That was the same
It's
thing.
coming up. It's
It was
coming
like,
up.
she- because you started strong.
So
oh
I
my
had
God,
a-
That
have
was
to say
a
this.
strong one.
because when she said it was
Oh my God.
obsessed, and I'm like, wait.
Right? It's
Yeah.
those people that come obsessed with you.
Yes. So
What
I
happened?
had a boyfriend, and he had a neighbor, a girl.
Oh, the neighbor girl.
When?
Like I was like 18.
Okay.
He was like my first official boyfriend.
To see if I know.
You know. And she was obsessed with me. Like, oh my! Every time she sees me, she's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I used to be in beauty pageants, and we will hang out at her house. And I remember, like, I used to have this like stuck with me forever. I used to have eyelashes, fake eyelashes. And I took them off because I was done with the beauty pageants, and she like kept them.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Yeah.
Like that obsessed, and I'm
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah,
weird, but okay,
it's an
thank you, I
obsession.
guess. So
That's
it
extra.
started becoming weird between those two, and the instinct, of course, never lies.
Yeah,
and I'm
you-
like,
you
you know
always
what,
know.
bye. And I'm
Yep.
very fast of like cutting off people. I'm like, bye, I don't like this. I don't feel good about it. I don't need a reason. I don't need to see it.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about it. Bye. So tell me why they were together for 5 years after I broke up with him.
What?
Wow.
No.
So they were,
Yeah,
I don't know if they were doing something already,
Of
but
course.
But it was happening.
it was happening.
Something was happening.
5
They want
years
something that
together
you have.
after.
Yeah.
She used to like let us like be at her house because we were very young, you know. We didn't have places to be.
Yeah.
And she was the one who ended up with him.
Yeah.
You would
Wow.
see, you
I
would
forgot
feel,
about
you would
that
see the
completely.
red flag. You would see it because
Yeah.
I when I look back, I'm like, wow, I see it. And then there are other things, and I'm like, wow, I see this weird obsession, but it's almost like you have to be one up me, one
Yeah.
up me. When I'm like, we can all be great and
Yeah.
big and all that. But let's look at the definition of friend. Let's do that. Friend, it says someone with whom one has a bond or mutual affection. That's a friend. A friendship is personal, pure, and selfless affection shared with another person, born and strengthened through interaction. That's a friendship.
Pure, selfless affection. That's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you understand like friendship, you're like, okay, I also need to be like that, obviously.
Yes. Right.
And receive that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have some questions for you guys. What are some qualities or what are some red flags that you now recognize? Because that ain't gonna happen to me again. No, I know. That you recognize whether the person will be a good friend for you or not. How do you recognize that?
I have one. If something good happens to you or to somebody else and they have something bad to say about it, they don't believe it's true. It has to be something behind it because you cannot be
Too
having
good to be
something- Too good to be true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Yep.
What
I
are
think
some
that's a red
red
flag.
flags for you guys?
I would say that the person like really doesn't support you when something good happens to you at all. Like I started dating my now husband, and then at the beginning I had this friend that she was zero supportive of me, and she would be like, you shouldn't do it. Remember when you didn't want to have a boyfriend, when you didn't want to have kids, and when you didn't want to have that. And it was an issue, and I fought a lot. I fought a lot with my date and him, and we had a lot of issues. I wouldn't let him in. I wouldn't let him treat me right because I was like, she's right, you know, I didn't want to have kids. I want to travel the world. I don't want to do this, but I was going to miss this amazing opportunity of actually being with the right guy. So, or there were other things, like I wanted to start my yoga business and I wanted to open a studio or whatever. And it was like, no, that doesn't work. You should do it for free. You shouldn't charge this. You shouldn't charge that. So it was like that, a lot of like stops in my creation. So when a person wants to stop you from moving forward, it's because they feel some sort of threat and they feel insecure about your presence. And you should never like stop. Every time like something like that happens, just be like, okay, just cover your ears. No, do not be with that person and move forward. What I did is that I stopped sharing good news with them, like stopped at all. Like I would hang with them because I still felt that I wanted to be part of the group for some reason. Yeah. But I wouldn't share any of my ideas. I wouldn't share any of my problems because I was like, oh, I had a fight with my boyfriend, and they would be like, oh, what happened? Oh, you fought?
She was.
I told you.
I told you he was, yeah.
You know, and she would smile, and I was like, oh my God, that's terrible.
They cannot. How do we miss those red flags?
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop telling her my life or telling good things, bad things, anything, and just hang with her as a friend, like to joke or to drink or whatever. But for me, I should have guarded myself and protected myself a little bit more instead of being so afraid about hurting her feelings or hurting my group or hurting my dynamic at the moment. Like, I wish I would have been like, have more like confidence in myself and be like, it's gonna be okay. Like, I'll find new friends.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. And then eventually I'll speak to her and tell her, hey, I don't like this and that. Let's see how we can fix it or not, whatever you want to do. But I wish I would have handled it quicker, because it did cause a lot of problems in my relationship. Like the first 5-6 months, like they were tough. They were tough, and I didn't know why. And it was because I had all this like influences of different people. And maybe like I wouldn't be married now if I would have not trusted them completely or whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
A red flag I always look for, and it kind of ties into that, is someone who loves to share the bad news. So they would hear the bad news from you, oh, you got into a fight with your boyfriend, and then would run to the other friend. Did you hear that this person got into a fight with their boyfriend? Or something bad happens to someone else, and they're the first person to share it. And they're like the broadcaster, right? They're the newspaper. And you're just like, dude. And then they want to get the bad news from you. Like, oh, are you sure everything's okay? Like, are you good with your boyfriend? Did anything happen to you? Like, tell me.
Too good to be true.
Just to broadcast it to other people. So when someone is constantly trying to share bad news or get bad news from you, to me, that's a super red flag. And I'm just like, everything's great. Gotta go. Bye.
Give them no material to work with.
Nothing.
The red flag I see like with who they have around or what they do. And if I see someone like to drink all the time or going with bad people, I say that's for me red flag. Like just take care. I like to be around people that is always improving themselves. That's how I choose my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, don't miss the red flags, because that first gut feeling where you're like, I don't think that's good for me, or I think that could be a bad influence for me. I think that's where you're like, okay, you don't have to go and tell this person you're a bad influence to me.
Right.
That's not necessary, but you don't have to be around that person so much, but I think when you're younger, you're so afraid of not even hurting the person's feeling. Is what are they going to think about me? At least that was for me.
Making decisions.
And making decisions. Or, are they going to think that I'm boring?
Yeah,
Are they
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
think
already
that
think
miss
that.
out.
Am I not
gonna
cool?
go
That's the
there.
worst
Am I not
part.
cool
I'm not going to be
enough?
invited.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be invited, and it's the end of the world if you don't have friends, which is normal to want to have friends. It's a healthy way of living. Just know that, and I see like 20-year-olds that have really good friendships. You can tell those 20-year-old groups, some of them are very genuine and like they're all doing pro survival activities. Where in my 20s, I was drinking till I couldn't drink anymore, and I thought that was the right thing to do.
Oh, girl.
You know, I thought that was like,
could be
yay,
another
we're all
episode.
best friends, you know, but
Yeah.
it is where you're at in your life. And if you want to have not even a change, if you just want to be more confident, mentally strong, maybe spiritually strong, you're looking for that group of people or friends or partner, don't miss the red flags, because I think we can all agree that those people that were fake friends to us, we allowed it in the first place.
I think we felt
Absolutely.
it.
And let me say, like, something that really helped me out was these people are going to target your strengths. They're not going to target your insecurities. They're going to target both. But the things that you feel good about, that you feel like, I am awesome at this, they're going to make you feel like you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you lower your stable datums and you feel confused. You're like, well, maybe I'm not, or maybe I am, or maybe I should try something else. And then you let go of your goals because you let that influence come into your life. So that's something like super important to also notice.
There is some friends that, like I was hearing one of my friends. She was like, okay, it's crazy because when I am around my friends, I have so much fun, but when I go home, I feel down. And that happens so many times for many people.
Yeah.
Because the way that they are with, her or something like that.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
Yeah, you feel down. You feel
Exactly.
like
Drained.
stressed
Yeah.
out, sad, and you don't
It's-
know why.
That's a sign.
Right.
That's a
That's a
sign
sign.
that
Yes.
they're like sucking the good
You don't
energy
have
out
to
of
be
you
around these people.
and giving you bad energy.
Run.
Okay, guys. Well, I think we already talked about this, like how we are responsible for that happening to us.
Yeah.
it happened.
I think it's not listening to yourself when you feel.
Yeah, not trusting yourself.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
you become your own fake friend.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're
what?
So true.
Your own
Your
fake
own
friend.
fake friends.
Yeah.
You become your own fake friend because you're not trusting yourself.
Yeah.
And you're trusting somebody else. Like I trust you guys, and I again I think we can all agree. I trust these girls because these girls have stats. These girls are
your stats.
like show me your stats. Yeah, show me your stats.
Here.
I haven't.
Have
Send
you,
the
gone
report.
to, have you gone to course this week? Who
Yeah.
have you helped? But it's true. I can trust them because they have stats. And what I mean by that is like they have a stable job, relationship. They're happy most of the time. It's not like we're robots and we do everything perfect. But we do keep our stats up. Like there aren't crazy, weird stuff that's happening in our life where it's a roller coaster, which we're going to talk about that in another episode. Those roller coasters, when you have a friend that is constantly fighting for its life and you're like nothing goes right for this person, look, two options. You're going to offer help, and if they don't listen, you're going to just get out of there. Like you have to have distance because if my girlfriends were I was constantly like, oh, but why are you this? Why are you that? Why are you still with this guy that's like, I don't know, hurting you or whatever? And she wants to stay there. Like, I'm not Jesus. Like I
thought you were. I'm just kidding.
maybe. But I just have to move on and find the people who want to be helped. You cannot help someone who does not want to be helped. And sometimes they want the help that they think is going to help them, like maybe asking you for money, for favors, or for just ask things all the
But
time.
it's never gonna be
yeah.
enough.
And it's never going to be enough.
It's never gonna solve the problem.
They're always going to get in the same problem. So when you have those friendships that have those roller coasters, I wouldn't trust them. That's why I trust my girlfriends
It's important
again.
that change.
Yeah.
because if they solve the problem,
Exchange, yeah.
the attention is not gonna be on them anymore.
Exactly.
So
if you're
they don't
constantly
wanna,
solving
they
the
don't
problem.
want to solve the problem.
And the exchange, like that's really
Self-sabotage.
important. It's not like, oh, what are you going to do for me if I do this for you? It's like, I know that if you do something nice for me, I want to also do something nice for you. And it doesn't have to be maybe the same thing. It's just like, it's that exchange.
It
So
feels
we're
both
all,
ways.
so it feels like nice and we're all feel good about it. So
Yeah.
that's very important. And I loved having these conversations with my friends.
Yes.
You guys are awesome.
With a good crew. Have you ever experienced a fake friendship? How do you handle it? Tell us in the comment section. What are some red flags you look out for when determining if someone is a genuine friend or not? Tell us in the comment section.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us on Real Women Show as we unpack the complexities of fake friendships. Remember, your circle should lift you up, not bring you down. Stay tuned for more empowering conversations and tools to navigate life's challenges right here on Real Women Show. If you found value, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Until next time, bye.
Bye.